Center of the World Festival, a 501c3 nonprofit, is the licensee of KCPK LP FM radio station. This video briefly describes the benefits of being a podcaster for KCPK Radio. Podcasts are broadcast on FM 106.9 in Pine Mountain Club, California, and simultaneously nationally on the internet. Your podcast will be available on a weekly schedule grid. Your podcast will also be available on an archive server. Each daily schedule has a downloadable PDF. Go to www.calfest.org. Our website is designed to be your training partner. We will show you how to find everything you will need to become a radio podcast contributor. We will take a stroll down the homepage and point out a few features on the way. The first thing to notice is that KCPK is locally broadcast on FM 106.9 in Pine Mountain Club, California. Simultaneously, it is rebroadcast on an internet stream. This is a service of our affiliation with Pacifica Radio Network. You can also listen to the Pacifica stream on this webpage. As a podcaster, you have several ways you can participate. One option: podcast producer is not a voting member of the Center of the World Festival. Another option: podcast producer is a voting member of the Center of the World Festival. We will next be talking about the similarities and the differences in these two options. We will now talk about the benefits available through the programming schedules. Access these by clicking on the instructions directly below the internet stream. For current KCPK LP radio schedule, click here. You will see the webpage devoted to the various scheduling formats. Click on the top line, click here for weekly schedule grid, and read the note beneath that line. On grid, click on show title for podcaster's website. When you hover over the show's title, a brief description appears. When you click on the show's title, you are taken to the podcaster's website. For more shows, click on the right top button, Next, for the upcoming week's schedule. Click on the left top button, Previous, for the prior week's schedule. The date changes at the top of the grid to indicate which week's schedule you are viewing. These schedule grids remain available for at least 60 days. When you return back to the Scheduling Formats webpage, next click on the line, click here for Archive and Podcast Download option. This takes you to the archive of shows which have already aired in reverse date order. The archive remains for 60 days. When you click on the name of any show, you will be taken to that podcaster's website. When the listener clicks on the play button, they can listen again to the aired show. The listener can also click on the Play on Air Now button and hear the current live stream of the show appearing to the right side of that streaming button. Click on the All Shows scroll under the Live Stream button to see all the shows available for viewing. Click on the show's name to get only those listings. Click on the All categories to search in that manner. Or simply enter the name of the show in the search bar to see only those shows. For voting members, an extra benefit. If you want your podcast to be made available to the public for downloading, the podcast XML button will appear by your show's title, available for the 5 most recently aired shows. When you return to the Scheduling Formats webpage, next click on the line, click here for Daily Schedule, and you will see only the listing for today's calendar date. Return to the Scheduling Formats webpage. We will now look more closely at the details of each program in a downloadable PDF format. You can copy this file onto any media you wish for your own advertising purposes. Let's look at some of the features which make this a valuable marketing tool for your use. At the top, the FM 106.9 location is given for local radio listening. Next is a link to the internet stream. This is followed by links to the weekly schedule grid and the archive with downloading options. By the hour, each show is described, with links given to the podcaster's website. Of importance to your underwriters is the link to their specific website. This furthers their marketing value for sponsoring your podcast show. All shows without an underwriter are currently sponsored by the voting members, with their committee named Independent Broadcast Coalition, which is an official DBA for KCPK radio station. In the next video, we will review the benefits which relate solely to being a member of the IBC. Podcasts are broadcast on FM 106.9 in Pine Mountain Club, California, and simultaneously nationally on the internet. Your podcast will be available on a weekly schedule grid. Your podcast will also be available on an archive server. Each daily schedule has a downloadable PDF.